You ever just walking down the street, minding your own business, and then bam, a smell just hits you and it stops you dead in your tracks? All of a sudden, you're not on that street anymore. You're somewhere else, some time else. Today, we're diving into our most mysterious and honestly most powerful sense. We're talking about scent memory, the mind's unrecordable archive. It's such a simple idea, but it's so incredibly true. We spend all this time trying to capture moments with our phone cameras, but our most vivid, most emotional memories, they're often locked away, just waiting for a key that we can't see or touch, only smell. And that right there is the wild and kind of terrifying thing about it. Scent memory is a time machine, for sure, but it's one with no dashboard, no dials. You don't get to pick the destination, and you definitely don't control when you take the trip. It just happens. One little whiff of the past, and you are gone. All right, so let's talk about those moments. What are these shared experiences? What kind of memories can a simple smell actually unlock?
Wow. I mean, think about how powerful that is. Pictures fade, right? Sounds get distorted over time. But a scent? A scent can feel just as potent, just as real as the day your brain first filed it away. It doesn't really degrade. It just waits.
And these are the classics, aren't they? That smell of mothballs that instantly puts you in your grandparents' closet. The weirdly specific scent of chalk dust and floor polish that takes you right back to your high school classroom. Maybe it's that mix of sunscreen and salty air that pulls a forgotten beach vacation into perfect focus. Or, and this one's deep, it's that unique, totally indescribable scent of a person you loved. A scent that now only exists in your memory. Okay, so it's one thing to feel this happen, but it's a whole other thing to understand why it happens. How on earth does a smell have this unique, almost magical power over our minds?
Well, the answer isn't magic. It's neurology. It's all about the very unique, kind of weird wiring of our brains. You see, the way we process smell is totally different from how we process every single other sense.
This experience is actually so well known that it has a scientific name, the Proust phenomenon. Yeah, it's named after the author Marcel Proust. In his famous book, a character takes a bite of a Madeleine cake dipped in tea, and the smell just triggers this tidal wave of childhood memories. That's exactly it, that involuntary rush in an entire scene from your past, all sparked by one simple scent.
Okay, so here's how it works. For most of our senses, like sight or hearing, the signals go through a part of the brain called the thalamus. Think of it like the main switchboard operator, filtering and directing all the incoming information. But smell doesn't do that. It takes a shortcut. It gets a VIP pass that goes straight around the switchboard, directly to the brain's headquarters for emotion, the amygdala, and memory, the hippocampus.
This is the key. Let me say it again. Smell is the only sense with a direct, unfiltered line to the brain's emotion and memory centers. So when you smell something from your past, you're not just remembering it with your thinking brain. You are feeling it. The emotion gets triggered right alongside the memory because they live in the same neighborhood. There's no filter. It's raw, it's immediate, and it hits you before you even have a chance to think about it.
And this direct, unfiltered connection, well, this is exactly what makes scent memory both a beautiful, beautiful gift and sometimes a pretty terrible curse.
On one hand, you get these incredible, warm waves of pure joy. You know, the smell of freshly baked bread or those silly scented erasers from when you were a kid. It's pure comfort. But that exact same mechanism can be absolutely brutal. One person mentioned that the smell of jasmine instantly throws them back into the panic of an earthquake they survived. It's the same wiring, just a different, much darker destination.
This just nails the dark side, doesn't it? It's a total ambush. You could be having a great day, feeling like you've moved on, and then someone walks past you wearing the same perfume as an ex who broke your heart. In that split second, all that healing just vanishes. You're right back in that moment of pain, and you had zero warning.
And this gets at the other side of the curse, the haunting. When the memory of a scent is so vivid, so clear in your mind, but you can't find it anywhere in the real world. You can't summon it. This person is literally trapped, searching for a ghost they can smell in their head but can't capture, wishing they could just erase the file completely to find some peace.
But what if you could actually harness this power for good? One of our sources shared this amazing story. As a teenager, they figured out that if they studied for a really tough exam while smelling a totally new scent, something their brain had no other associations with, smelling that same scent during the test would trigger almost perfect recall. It's like deliberately creating your own Proust phenomenon. It's a memory hack using our most primitive sense. Pretty cool, right? So this brings us to what might be the most fascinating part of all of this. In our world, where literally everything is documented, recorded, and shared, scent memory remains stubbornly, beautifully analog.
And it lives in exactly one place, right there, in your memory. I mean, really think about that. We have not figured out how to truly capture and replay a smell. You can't email the scent of your mom's cooking. You can't download the smell of a campfire. It can't be saved to the cloud or backed up on a hard drive. It exists only in that fragile, incredible, electric space between your neurons.
And just as we store the scents from our past, we are constantly creating scent memories for other people. The cologne you wear, the soap you use, it becomes part of your identity. It's your signature left in the air. A subconscious calling card that might just linger in someone's memory long after they've forgotten your face or even your name.
So in the end, that's what we're really talking about here. This isn't just about molecules and neurons. It's about entire narratives. A single smell can hold the joy of childhood, the agony of loss, the comfort of home, or the thrill of first love. It's the most primal kind of storytelling we have. And that's what we want to leave you with. Just take a second and think about your own personal scent archive. If you had to pick one smell, just one, that defines a moment or a person or a whole chapter of your life, what would it be? That smell, that's a part of your story that only you can tell.